Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday night. And welcome to the wrestling experience. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's the night. It's the night of the return of the wrestling experience, our first wrestling experience of 2026. We're going to have fun here tonight. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to talk about the Royal Rumble. We're going to talk about WWE, AEW, and I got some wrestling news for you. All of this and so much more here tonight on the return, on the triumphant return of the wrestling experience, celebrating years of fun, years of entertainment for you. And Daniel Berry the Sports, happy Thursday to you. Welcome. Hit that like button, folks. Smash that like button. Subscribe and share. It's the wrestling experience, and it's on right now. All right, folks, make sure anyone that's watching this show, make sure that you smash the like button. You smash it. And of course, you subscribe and you share. Because when you do all of that, you really do care. And thank you so much for watching the wrestling experience. I want to welcome you all to this first wrestling experience of 26. And I'm going to tell you this much, folks. I am a little bit concerned. And a concerned I am because here's the thing. We're getting closer and closer to the Royal Rumble. It is 1 week away from next Saturday in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The show is marred with no build. The show is marred. We have no matches except for one. And I'm going to talk about that in a minute. And we have a makeshift arena that's being built for the Royal Rumble. You heard me right, ladies and gentlemen. A makeshift arena is being built for the Royal Rumble. There's no arena in Riyadh. So what Riyadh and the WWE came up with is a makeshift arena, an outdoor arena to be exact. It'll seat I would say, about 25,000 people, close to 30,000. But this is a makeshift arena. This is not a real arena. This is a makeshift arena that was built within a matter of weeks. Now, I don't understand this, and this doesn't make any sense. If you knew, listen to me carefully, if you knew that the Royal Rumble was going to debut in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia from last year, and you knew this was going to take place. The contract was signed, sealed, and delivered. Why wasn't this arena built last year? Why wasn't it built last year? Explain that to me. Why is everything done at the last minute? I don't understand WWE's thinking here. I don't understand their thinking, and they need to stop with the predictability factor. So I have some concerns here. I have some concerns. And I was supposed to have Hula on here tonight But unfortunately, William, I believe he has other obligations to do here tonight, so he's not available here tonight. But here's the thing. Here's the thing, folks. Here's the thing. I'm concerned about this Royal Rumble. I am concerned because the thing is that we have no build for this match. We have no build. No build whatsoever to this Royal Rumble. No one has declared themselves in the Royal Rumble. We don't even know who's in the Royal Rumble, in the men and the women. Who is participating in this Royal Rumble? I don't have any matches to predict. I don't have anything to go off of. So this event is flying by the seat of its pants, basically. There is no build to this Royal Rumble. None. And the thing is that so this is a first. This is a first in Royal Rumble history. This is a first. First of all, we have a makeshift arena. Second of all, it's in Riyadh. Third of all, we have no build. And fourth, we have no matches. So I don't know what's going on here. Why is everything done at the last minute, and why is everything done as an afterthought? I don't get it. I don't get it. What are we going to get next Saturday? And I'm going to tell you this much. I'm going to go on record, and I'm going to say this. And I'm going to say this as plainly as I can possibly. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win the Rumble again. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble again. It's not necessary. For him to win the Royal Rumble 3 years in a row. No, I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble again. We've got to get something new and fresh here for the person to win the Royal Rumble. I mean, this is absolutely ridiculous. This is ridiculous. So Cody Rhodes puts his name in the Royal Rumble. We also have Jey Uso in the Royal Rumble. But who else is going in the Royal Rumble? Well, I don't know, folks. I don't know what's going to happen here, but next Saturday, we are going to be in for a wild, wild afternoon of wrestling because I don't know what we're going to get after this Royal Rumble. I don't know who's going to be the winner, who's going on, what we're going to do with the Elimination Chamber, and everything else. All of that is going to be answered next week in Riyadh. But I don't have a prediction show to do. I don't have any predictions. I can't tell you anything. But what I will tell you is this, folks. I'll be perfectly honest with you. I have another thing. I have another concern as well, and that is AJ Styles. Now, AJ Styles' contract, from what I understand, and what was I reading? I believe it's up at the end of. I think it's going to be over in February. So, this past Monday night on Raw, Gunther comes in the ring. AJ comes out, and he wants to dance with Gunther one more time. King, how's it going tonight? King, how is it going tonight, King? Hit the like button, King. Smash it. And everyone who's watching the show, make sure you smash the like button. And you subscribe. And you share. And so AJ Styles comes out and he wants to dance with Gunther one more time at the Royal Rumble. Gunther said no at first. But then Gunther turns around and he wants AJ's career against him. So this is the stipulation. If AJ Styles if AJ Styles loses to Gunther, he is done in the WWE. Michael Cole says this was a mistake, and I agree. Knowing the WWE's track record when it comes to retirement people, I think AJ's going to lose this match. And it's a shame. Because I don't think AJ should go out like that. I don't think AJ should go out like that. I think he still has more gas in that tank than he realizes. And if it's true, I'm just saying it's a rumor. If it's true that his contract is over in February, then you're going to make him lose to Gunther just like that. Knowing WWE's track record, you saw what they John Cena. So I'm concerned here. And I don't think AJ Styles should go out like this. I don't think he should go out like this. He should not be losing to Gunther like this. Gunther cannot defeat AJ Styles. I don't want to see that. I do not want to see that. And I don't think none of AJ's fans want to see it either. I don't know, folks. I'm a little concerned about this. As a fan of AJ Styles and as a fan of wrestling, I'm concerned. I'm concerned because here's the thing. Here's the thing. I don't want to see him lose to Gunther in this fashion. It's just not feasible. It's not a good thing for the WWE to do. I don't think they should do this to AJ. I don't think it's fair. You take these retirements and you trash them and trounce on them. And then you want the fans to respect the product. How are you going to respect the product if you don't do it right? You don't do the retirement correctly. How is that possible? I don't know, folks, but the 2026 Royal Rumble looks very bleak to me. It looks very bleak. Like I said, from a makeshift arena to a no build pay-per-view to a no match list whatsoever. I don't know, folks. I cannot, in my heart of hearts, tell you that this is going to be a good Royal Rumble. I don't think so. The WWE, I don't know what's going on with them lately. I don't know what their attitude is lately. I don't know what their thought process is lately because this is just lazy in the booking, and I hate lazy booking. I cannot stand lazy booking. It's just disgusting how people can book wrestling and don't know nothing about the mechanics. You just can't just not care about a big event like this. This is the road to WrestleMania. You know something? Here's the thing. I grew up on the Royal Rumble. The matches were always set. We already was excited about seeing the Royal Rumble, seeing who's coming out. And by the way, we're not getting any surprises. Not in this Rumble. So I don't know what we're going to get. I don't know what you're going to see. I don't know what you're going to get. I don't know what's going on here. Dakota. How's it going, Dakota? Dakota. How's it going tonight? Yeah, WWE. Yeah. Hit the like button, Dakota. Hit the like button and subscribe. And again, like I said before, folks, again, like I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm concerned about this Royal Rumble. I'm concerned about what the WWE is doing here. And they have to stop with this predictability thing. They have to get off this predictability train. They have to. They have to at some point stop with the predictability. And please, for heaven's sakes, do not let Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble for the third year in a row. Please do not do that. We need something fresh. We need a new person to win the Royal Rumble. You got to put it on somebody else. Give somebody else a chance other than Cody Rhodes. For the love of Peter, please do me a favor. I do not want to see Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble. I don't. We've been there, done that. That ship has sailed. The ship has sailed, folks. And I just don't want to see Cody Rhodes win this Royal Rumble. I cannot sit here and tell you I would. No, I don't want to see it again. I don't. Now I don't. Now, if you all disagree, if you disagree with me, that's fine. That's fine. If you disagree, that's fine. But for me and my heart of hearts, I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble. No, not for a third time in a row. We need something new, something fresh, something positive. Because there's nothing positive about this Rumble at all. There's nothing positive. It's a lot of uncertainty. It's a lot of nervousness, and it's a lot of things going on in the cook pot. So, so that's just my opinion on the Royal Rumble in the WWE. That's just my opinion. All right. All right. Let me just pull up the preview of Saturday night's main event. Hold on one second. Let me just get the card ready here. I'll tell you what you're gonna see on Saturday night. All right. All right, so these are the matches you're going to see at this Saturday's main event. Saturday night's main event, and the Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada, will host the first WWE Saturday night's main event of 26. Okay, so these are the matches that you're going to see so far. We have Rhea Ripley and Io Sky versus Liv Morgan and Roxanne Perez for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. The match is going to be fine. The match is all right for what it was. I want to see Rhea and Io Sky retain. That's what I want to see here. So my prediction for this match is I want to see them retain, and retain they should. Again, this is no build for this Saturday main event, by the way. There's no build to this either. These matches were put together in a hurry because WWE is in a rush now. They didn't build up to this at all. They didn't build up to the Rumble, and they didn't build up to Saturday night's main event. So all of this has been put together very rapidly and very quickly. Okay. Cody Rhodes will take on Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu returned to the WWE. If you all didn't know, and he interfered in the 3 Stages of Hell match on SmackDown in Germany and cost Cody Rhodes the belt. He cost him the belt in the final stage, which was the cage. And this is going to pop off at Saturday night's main event. Well, I don't know if you would have Jacob Fatu lose to Cody Rhodes on his first night back in the WWE ring. So I have Jacob Fatu defeating Cody Rhodes at Saturday night's main event. I think Jacob Fatu is going to defeat Cody Rhodes. And then, yeah, I could see that. So I have Jacob Fatu over Cody Rhodes. Okay. All right, for the undisputed title, number 1 contender, fatal 4-way match. It was Randy Orton versus Trick Williams versus Damian Priest versus Sami Zayn. Okay, here's the thing, folks. The person who wins this match will get a number 1 contender shot, and I believe they'll get it at the Royal Rumble. So the undisputed championship will be up for grabs. That means CM Punk will defend his title against who at the Royal Rumble? We're going to find out on Saturday night. Well, Trick Williams, I don't see him winning this match. I don't see Trick Williams winning it. I think it's too early for Trick Williams. Randy Orton, that's a possibility. That's a possibility. Damian Priest, that's a possibility. And then, of course, we have Sami Zayn. So Zayn in his Canadian hometown. Now that's a possibility. Now we could get that. We could get Sami Zayn versus CM Punk for that title at the Royal Rumble. Is that a possibility? Yeah, I can see it. Oh no, excuse me. Punk's title is not for grabs. It's not Punk's title. The undisputed title belongs to McIntyre. I completely apologize, folks. I completely apologize. McIntyre's title is up for grabs at the Royal Rumble. Not Punk's. This is McIntyre. So based upon what I think here, I'm going to give it to Sami Zayn. I'll give it to Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn will take on Drew McIntyre for the belt at the Royal Rumble. We're going to have Sami Zayn and Drew at the Royal Rumble. Now, my dark horse is Randy Orton. So I have Sami Zayn winning the match, being the number 1 contender, and then he will take on Drew McIntyre at the Royal Rumble for the title. So far we have a mystery Rumble men's, a mystery women's Rumble, and we have a career match, and then we have a title match. Drew McIntyre will defend the title against Sami Zayn at the Royal Rumble. There's your card, folks. There's your card. So we have two mystery rumbles. We don't know who's in it. Then we have a career match. Then we have Drew defending the title against Sami Zayn. That's it. That's your 2026 Royal Rumble, folks. There it is in plain sight. And we still haven't had a start time yet. I think that the Royal Rumble will start. I believe they're going to start at around 2 o'clock. I believe it's going to start at 2. I don't see it starting any later than that. I think the WWE is going to shoot for 2 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN next Saturday afternoon. We'll find out. But I believe that's what they're going to do. So, folks, that was the Royal Rumble. That was Saturday night's main event and preview the Royal Rumble. And my thoughts on the Rumble. Okay. All right. Let me just get some stuff here. All right, we have some very terrible news about WWE referee Daphne LaShawn. Daphne LaShawn was injured in a serious car accident. Her husband, Leon Ruff, who's an NXT superstar, confirmed that she took the worst of the crash and wishing them strength and love during this difficult time. So Daphne LaShawn, if you all don't know who Daphne LaShawn is, she is a WWE official. She is the first female black woman to be in the WWE. And you've seen her on SmackDown and everything. The car crash took place over the overseas, I believe. Driving back from the airport, I believe Daphne was leaving the hotel and driving back when she was involved in the car crash, and she took the worst of the incident, the accident, and she's going to be on the show for a while. So we want to wish Daphne LaShawn our sincere best, and we hope that she gets well soon and that she recovers and gets back in the WWE ring as soon as possible. It's never good to hear bad news about that. And Daphne, again, we all wish you the best, and we wish you the utmost speedy recovery in this time, in this difficult time for you and your family and your love and your friends. All right. All right, folks. Also, we want to another get well wish. We want to wish good old JR, Jim Ross, our best as well. JR fell again in his home in Norman, Oklahoma. And from what I understand, when he fell in his house, he fell down and he was down and out for 5 hours until he was discovered. So, JR, we wish you the best of luck and best of health as well. And we're sorry about you keep falling down at this time. And we hope that you get well soon. JR has a litany, and when I mean litany, folks, a litany of health issues over the years, including the dreaded Bell's palsy that he suffered. And he also suffered cancer and everything else. So, JR, just get well soon and heal up and be well and get well soon. Good old JR, Jim Ross. Okay. Okay. All right. Time for some wrestling news, folks. Time for some wrestling news. And let's talk about TNA. Ladies and gentlemen, if you all didn't see TNA debuted on AMC this past week, and congratulations to TNA for doing that. and yeah, they're on there. But there's a scandal going on, right? And I'll tell you about it right now. TNA wrestling fans attendance continues to be a hot topic, and now a former wrestler is claiming that free tickets were a regular part of the game. On January 17th, the episode of Cafe de Rennie podcast, former TNA talent Master Emmer claimed that during his time with the company in 2025, TNA regularly gave out free tickets in effort to boost live event attendance. But according to him, it still wasn't enough to fill the venue. Going out and handing out free tickets, and the build and the building we were in wasn't even half full. Even with free tickets being given out, it was atrocious. While Anna didn't single out Bound for Glory or any other Pacific show, his claims added fuel to the broader conversation around how TNA has managed its crowds, especially during the time when the company is trying to rebuild its identity and presence on national TV, though through its new AMC deal. So let me just say this. Let me just say this. And uh, giving away free tickets is something. It's not new. It's not new. Everybody and their mom does it. I think everybody and their mom does it in the promotion world in wrestling. Everybody, everybody does it. And WCW used to do it constantly because they knew that the product was going down the toilet. They didn't care anymore. And they were just giving away tickets like it was water. So everybody and their mom used to do it. I mean, WWE probably does it if they can't sell out the venue. I'm sure AEW does it too. I mean, this is not new. This is not a new concept. So to me, this is not newsworthy to me. This is not really newsworthy because everybody and their mom, like I said, and I don't want to keep beating the dead horse. Everybody and their mom does it. Everybody gives out wrestling tickets if they can't sell out the venue because they can't go anywhere else. They've already been booked for the show. The show's already been booked in that particular arena. So let's say the arena holds 10,000 and you only sold half of that. Well, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? You got to go out and self-promote the event. You go out on the, hey, anybody want to check out this wrestling show tonight? We got free tickets. Everybody in there comes there, and then they get on TV and they say the same thing. The place is sold out. It's a packed house. It's a this and that. But we know what's going on backstage because it's getting leaked all over the place on the internet. So it's just nothing new. It's nothing new. It's not a new concept. It just isn't. So I don't know I don't know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. I don't have anything to say. Um. All right. According to WrestleVotes, radio on Fightful Select, there was an internal discussion about bumping the show up an hour, and the reason it all boils down to it is UFC's debut on Paramount Plus. The UFC first major card on the platform is set to begin at 9 p.m., and Paramount is pushing for an earlier start times as part of its live event strategy. with both UFC and WWE now operating under the TKO umbrella, the idea of a corporate synergy came into play, prompting the conversation about potential scheduling and adjustments for WWE's own programming. While nothing was changed this time around, sources told Sean Ross Sapp of Fightful Select that both companies are open to shifting start times in the future for strategic reasons. So Saturday night's main event, folks, if you all didn't hear, is going to bump up against UFC's debut on Paramount Plus, which is the new home of the UFC. Um, I don't. If you, I don't know what. When would you start Saturday night's main event? 6 p.m. Because if UFC comes on at 9, what you gonna bump back Saturday night's main event to what, 7 o'clock? It's a 2-hour show, so it would be done by 9. But this Saturday's night show will be seen at 8 p.m. on Peacock. So that's not going to change any. So I guess in the future they're going to bump up Saturday night's main event to 7 p.m. and make it go 7 to 9. Make it be done right on the dot. They could do that. They could do that. And remember, Collision also runs on that time slot too, that 8 o'clock time slot. But nobody watches Collision, so I don't know if everybody. I mean, I can't speak for all wrestling fans. I know I watch it if there's nothing on. I won't be watching it this Saturday night though, because Saturday's main event is coming on. But I I do watch Collision on Saturday nights. I do. I'll sit and I'll lay down I lay down and I'll be relaxing and I'll watch some wrestling. I'll watch Collision on TNT, but not this Saturday because I'll be going to Peacock and I'll be watching Saturday night's main event. Okay. All right. Let's see what else we got. The Dutchman returned to the World Wrestling Entertainment last year and since stayed relevant and making it clear he's better to climb the ladder on the top. According to recent reports by Mike Johnson of the PW Insider Elite, Black has been selling the ambulance match and is currently hiatus is planned. It's also believed that Black was a little banged up coming out of the match, but it was not something that would prevent him from appearing on WWE TV if they needed him. So apparently, Aleister Black is going to be pulled from WWE TV. He's going to take a definite hiatus, and we won't be seeing him until WWE has some creative plans for Aleister Black. Same goes for Rusev. Rusev has been pulled from WWE TV as well, and they don't have any creative plans. See, this is the problem that I have. They released Rusev, they brought him back. His matches have been lackluster, except for the matches that he had with Sheamus. He went back and forth with Sheamus, but they really haven't done anything with Rusev. And what happened to Dom Mysterio and the Intercontinental Championship? That seems to have disappeared off of WWE TV too. Why is the Intercontinental Championship disappearing from WWE TV? And what's going on with that? See, this is the problem that I have. You put belts on people, and then you don't know what to do with them creatively. So now you're gonna pull him off of WWE TV, and we're not gonna see the Intercontinental title again. I don't like this, folks. I don't like this at all. I don't. I don't. Same thing with Jade Cargill. Jade Cargill, you put the belt on her, but you really haven't done anything spectacular with her with the belt. So you have two champions that are basically irrelevant at this point. It's irrelevant. The Intercontinental Championship and the Women's Championship on SmackDown is irrelevant because you don't do anything creatively with these people. Why put belts on people that you know you're not going to do anything with creatively? Does that make sense? Doesn't make one lick of sense. That makes no sense at all. You obviously don't know what you're doing, and obviously you need to step aside and let somebody else do it because this is just no bueno. This is no bueno. You don't put belts on people that you don't have nothing to do for creatively. I'm sorry. If you don't feel that way, that's fine. I'll respect it. I'll respect your opinion. But in my opinion, you don't put belts on people that you don't know what to do with creatively. That's not how you run a wrestling promotion. That is not how you run a wrestling promotion. You put titles on people that you want to be on TV prominently so that this way it could elevate that title and it could make that title relevant. That is what you need to do. You need to plant the seeds. You need to put the weeds to the garden. You don't put titles on people that you don't know what to do with creatively. You don't do that. That's not good business practice. And I've been a wrestling fan for decades, and I know that. So I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. You do not, like I said before, and I'll say it again, and I'll say it over and over and over again. You don't put titles on people that you can't do creatively. And that's the facts. That's the facts. I just can't. I can't. So so we have two champions that are gonna become relevant at this point. And what they're gonna do with Rusev, I don't know, maybe release him again. Maybe that's gonna happen. All right. All right. Vince Russo. Let's talk about this for a second. Vince Russo was talking about a featured episode of WWE Unreal, where I believe it was EO Sky that did this, or yeah, I believe it was EO Sky. She went behind the scenes and she straddled, listen to me carefully, she straddled and got on top of Triple H backstage. Now, if you've seen the video, if you've seen what I'm talking about, there's a snapshot of it. I'm not sure if it was Io Sky or if it was. I don't think it was Oscar, and I don't think it was Kyrie Singh. I believe that was Io Sky. So she was straddling Triple H and everything else. So Vince Russo took to his airwaves and his podcast and says that this was inappropriate. Well, I agree with Vince. For the first time in my lifetime, I agree with Vince Russo. This was way inappropriate. First of all, Triple H is married. That's A. B. You don't straddle your supervisor like that. You don't do things like that. If you did that in a workplace, in a regular workplace, and you straddled your boss like that, you would be fired. Sexual harassment would be filed and you would be terminated immediately. You can't do that. It's not a good look. You should not be straddling your supervisor or the person you work with, especially when they're married. So I agree with Vince Russo here. This is very unprofessional and it was very in poor taste. You don't straddle somebody like that. I mean, she had her legs virtually almost wrapped around Triple H's waist. She had double knees on his on his waist, and she's straddling him. I think that's inappropriate, and I think he should have said something to her right then and there. Now I don't know what Tony Khan would do if that happened to him behind the scenes. I don't know what he would have done. But me, if I'm a supervisor, if I'm running a wrestling promotion, and one of my wrestlers went there, I would be done with him. You don't straddle somebody in charge like that. You don't do that to anybody backstage, especially management. You don't do things like that. You put unnecessary spotlight on you, and you could have been terminated. Now Triple H is nice. I'm sure he must have taken it. He must have thought it was a joke or something. But other people that viewed it didn't take it as a joke, or they didn't find it funny. Especially Vince Russo, he thought it was in poor taste, and I agree. I agree with Vince Russo. I agree that should not be done backstage. All right. As, um, And Becky Lynch, also on Unreal, Becky Lynch has said that this is her final year in the WWE. She will not be asking for a renewal of her contract. I guess Becky Lynch she wants to remain at home. She wants to take care of her children. I understand it. I get it. I don't know if that's official or what, but she said it on Unreal that this is her last year on her contract. She won't be. I believe she won't be asking for renewal. I think this is a done deal with Becky Lynch. So Well, I wish Becky Lynch the best. She's been playing a delusional heel, and I like this. I really like the way Becky Lynch has played this delusional heel. I mean, but let me just say this. Last Monday night on Raw, she was defending the Intercontinental Champion against Maxine. First of all, Maxine Dupree is a terrible wrestler. She's not good. She's green, very green. Maxine Dupree is very green. Um, I'm not a fan of her wrestling, but if you are, that's fine. I'm not going to tremble on your thought process. But she is green. She comes out with Natalia. Now, how predictable is this? We all knew that Natalia was going to turn on Maxine and help Becky retain, and help she did. And then she beat the snot out of Maxine Dupree and turned heel on her. What else do you want me to say? It was predictable. It was so obvious. It was so obvious what was going to happen in the match. It was obvious when she walked her down the aisle. It was obvious what Natty was going to do. It was blatantly obvious. I mean, it was plain. You could, if you didn't see that coming, then I don't know what to tell you, folks. I don't know what to tell you. I called it. I said she was going to turn on her, and turn on her she did. This is why I said WWE needs to get off of that predictability train. They have to stop with these predictable scenarios and finishes. So, folks, thank you for watching the wrestling experience. My name is Earl Cole, ladies and gentlemen, and thank you so much for watching tonight's telecast. Like I said, make sure you hit the like button. You subscribe today, and you share out the stream, and sit back and listen to some wrestling. If you want, don't be shy. Join me in the chat. Join me live. I'd love to hear from you. I want to get your opinion. I want to hear your opinion. Your opinion matters to me, and I respect your opinion. Like I keep saying all over again, I don't trample on anyone's thought process. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. That's what makes the world go around. It makes my heart grow fonder when I see wrestling fans disagree, and that's fine. That's fine. We believe what we believe, and we agree to what we agree to, and we agree to disagree. Um, all right, folks. Here comes some more wrestling news. Here comes some more wrestling news, folks. All right. Don't expect Chris Jericho at SmackDown or Saturday night's main event in Montreal this weekend. According to the PW Insider, Mike Johnson, Jericho's band, Fozzy, has a booking Friday night in Anaheim, California at this year's National Association of Music and Merchants convention. Okay. So, which is planned on staying all weekend. So, Chris Jericho will not be. I know a lot of you all wanted to see Jericho at Raw, and everybody's talking. I believe he's still under contract with AEW. So, if he's still under contract with it, he can't go anywhere. or he can't do anything with the WWE. So I think you all need to get off the Chris Jericho train and go to another station because he ain't going nowhere and it ain't happening this weekend. All right. WWE filed a trademark named Royce Keys. It's led to speculation that it could be Powerhouse Hobbs. WWE name, but no one is reporting this at point. So Powerhouse Hobbs, if you didn't see last week on Dynamite, Dynamite took place last night, and Dynamite was good. Speaking of Powerhouse Hobbs, Dynamite was really good last night. I liked the show. I thought the show was solid. In the additional financial arena in Florida last night, AEW packed the place. It wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad show. It was a decent show. And yeah, and again, congratulations on AEW. Speaking of AEW, before I read the story, AEW, congratulations. Fightful Select has given out awards. Sports Illustrated giving out awards to AEW. They came out smelling like a rose last year. AEW won the award for Best Promotion. And of course, AEW also won the Best Pay-Per-View Show, which was all out in Toronto. And I love the show itself as too. The main event was absolutely compelling. It was bloody. It was a war. It was everything that you wanted and more. And boy, did they pack that place in Toronto at the Scotiabank Arena in Toronto, and it was great. It was great. So congratulations to AEW on winning awards from like I said, Sports Illustrated and Fightful Select. Congratulations to AEW on winning those awards. All right, so getting back to Powerhouse Hobbs. Um, Most fans would think that Powerhouse Hobbs is going to come at the Royal Rumble. He's going to make his debut at the Royal Rumble, and he's going to be in the match and everything else. But here's the thing, folks. I don't know if Powerhouse Hobbs' contract is up yet. I I didn't read anything about that. I didn't read anything about that. So I don't know if his contract is up, and I don't know when, and I don't think, and I believe if his contract is up, he does have a non-compete clause. So you won't be seeing him anytime soon. So if his contract is expired or anything like that, he probably has a non-compete, which means that we won't be seeing him anytime because it takes 3 months. So, but they have a name, Royce Keys. We'll see. We will see. All right. Will Ospreay, speaking of AEW, Will Ospreay was backstage at AEW show last night in Orlando when I was talked about Dynamite. Good show, by the way. Last night, per Fightful Select. Sean Ross Sapp, sources says Ospreay is there to start the early part of getting checked by medical for a return. It was believed he will be out a year, so everyone's excited to see. He seems to be ahead of schedule. So he's got some neck problems. He had some back issues. He had multiple injuries, did Will Ospreay, and he took some time off to heal from it. I don't know if he had surgery for it, but apparently he's gone to mend, and he looks like he wants to return to AEW. Okay. In addition to guest commentary during the main event of Impact's AMC premiere last week, Fightful Select report that Bully Ray helped produce backstage segments involving AJ Styles, Frankie Kazarian, and Mike Santana, and gave it a well-received speech to the locker room before the show. So Bully Ray took care of the backstage stuff last week for TNA last week, and that's good. That is good. That is really, really good. And speaking of TNA and Impact, I want to send a very happy retirement to WWE's own Fandango. As you all know, ladies and gentlemen, Fandango has officially announced he is done with wrestling and he is retiring from in ring competition. And I'm going to tell you this much, folks. Fandango was something that we all loved in the WWE. That Fandango craze was absolutely great, and it was started in my section after the night of WrestleMania. I was part of that history. That my section created that Fandango craze, and I'm going to tell you something. He was absolutely great, and yeah, and it was just fantastic. So, on behalf of myself and all the wrestling fans out there that I know you love Fandango, we want to wish him a happy retirement. And whatever you're doing in life, make sure you whatever you're gonna do in life, and Fandango, because that's what I call you. You're gonna be great. You're gonna touch gold, and whatever you're gonna do in your retirement, enjoy it because you really are something else. And we had a lot of fun with you. And thanks for the memories in the ring. All right. Fightful Select says TNA has talked about continuing to have Bully Ray involved, but there's no plans for him to get back in the ring. So TNA is talking to Bully Ray about maybe returning to the ring or being producer or what. Not sure. Okay. We'll keep abreast of that and give you more as it comes available. Dave LaGreca. Hey, Dave. How's it going? Dave LaGreca of Busted Open Radio says AMC execs were over the moon with TNA after Impact's premiere last Thursday. One network source told LaGreca that the show's ratings on cable is mean by itself. But using ratings along with other data, it becomes like an equation, the Greca said. AMC and TNA are looking at this like a marathon. So again, I guess the debut really brought the ratings up to the moon. And congratulations to TNA for doing that. Congratulations on TNA for doing that. Takahashi may also be exiting New Japan per Voice of Wrestling Flagship Plus podcast. The Junior Heavyweight Championship could be joining a growing list of names who are rumored to leave New Japan Wrestling, with Evil reporting on his way to WWE. David Finlay and Gabe Kidd said to be drawing WWE interest, and Sans and Sonata's open-ended hiatus have been confirmed after New Japan's first event in 2026. So apparently some wrestling stars are apparently rumored to come to WWE from New Japan. All right, folks, those were the wrestling headlines and news for the day. And Jeffrey, how's it going to you, Jeffrey? Happy New Year to you. Happy New Year, Jeffrey. Happy New Year. Welcome to the Wrestling Experience first show of 2026. Make sure, everybody, that you smash the like button. You hit the like button. And, of course, you subscribe today. Well, folks, before we say night-night here, again, like I said, I want to talk about the Royal Rumble. And like I said in the beginning of this show, from a makeshift arena to a zero build Royal Rumble, what in the world are we going to see at the Royal Rumble? Well, here's one thing, like I said before, I'll say it again in the stream. I do not want to see Cody Rhodes win the Royal Rumble 3 years in a row. That can't happen. I don't want to see that happening. I don't want to see that happening at all. I don't want to see it. And please don't do that. We need something new, something fresh, something to pop off here for the WWE Royal Rumble. AEW was a decent show last night. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. I want Bianca to win. Well, Jeffrey, I don't know if Bianca Belair. I don't know if Bianca Belair is going to be involved in the Royal Rumble. I hope so. I would like to see that. But remember, WWE has already said that they can't do surprises in the Royal Rumble because they don't want it leaked on the internet. Well, they try to stick them into the, because the Saudi government has rules. So, what do you all think about the makeshift arena? Now, this is something everyone has been talking about. This has been on everyone's lips. There's no arenas available in Riyadh. There's no available. I think there's two of them, but the WWE didn't want to use them, so they used this outdoor makeshift arena that they built on in Saudi, and it will seat about 25,000 people. So, but there's no build to this Royal Rumble. There's no build to this Royal Rumble whatsoever. Just put some heavy makeup on her, and people wouldn't know. Jeffrey, you are too funny. Put some heavy makeup on, if you will. If you will. Maybe they'll bring out Thunder Rosa. Thunder Rosa. Anyway, folks, I digress. I don't know what you're going to see in this Royal Rumble, folks. I don't know what you're going to get. I don't know what you're going to get. I don't. But I will be broadcasting the Royal Rumble next week. I'll be broadcasting. Now, I don't know when I'm going to be on the air. I don't have a start time. And when the WWE has a start time, then I'll tell you when I'll be on the air for the Royal Rumble. But it will be WWE's first pay-per-view offering of this calendar year. And it's the beginning of the road to WrestleMania. I don't know what this looks like. Well, Hobbs and Jericho couldn't be. No, Jericho and Hobbs will not be at the Royal Rumble, Jeffrey. Jericho has an obligation in California with his band Fozzy, so he can't be involved in the Royal Rumble. And as far as Hobbs is concerned, I think Hobbs is still under contract with AEW, and he has a non-compete clause. So there's just no way that he could be able to come in and be available for the Royal Rumble and WWE. So those two men are out in that world. And don't expect to see Rusev in the match. They took him off of WWE TV, and they also took off Aleister Black off of WWE TV. So both men will not be in the Royal Rumble either. And Seth Rollins won't be in the Royal Rumble either. He's still injured. So I don't know who's going to be in this Royal Rumble. I don't know what's going to happen here, but I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win the match. I don't want to see it. It's too predictable. It's too much now, and the WWE keeps going to that predictability soup. I don't want to see that. I want to see somebody else win the Royal Rumble, in the men and the women. Somebody different. Somebody we haven't seen win in a while. Give it to somebody that we've seen in a while. And that's all I want. That's all I want to see. So, all right, folks, I gave you a preview of Saturday night's main event. I gave you my thoughts on the Rumble. I gave you wrestling news. And like I said before, I'll say it again. If you all didn't hear or anything, you can go back and watch the encore of this wrestling experience. Make sure that you hit the like button And of course, you subscribe and you send the video and you share it out. Because when you share, you care. And I really want to thank you all for everything that you've given me this year and last year so far. All the likes, all the subs, all the likes, all the subs. And let's see. What Jeffrey said. What is the what wrong? What is wrong? Yeah, well, yeah, well, we appreciate you, Earl. Thank you very much, Jeffrey. I greatly appreciate it. Um, yeah, if Roman Reigns wins the Rumble, somebody else. I want to see somebody else win this Royal Rumble. I want to see somebody else win this Royal Rumble. I really and truly want to see somebody win this Royal Rumble because we need something new, something fresh, something we never seen before. And that's all I'm talking about. That's all I want to see. I want to see something else in this cook pot. So that's all I'm saying, folks. Okay, folks. Well, that's going to do it for the wrestling experience, folks. That is going to do it for me, for little old me. If you missed this show and you want to see the entire show, all you got to do, folks, all you got to do is just rewind, replay, and relive. Um, what is it Jeffrey say? LA Knight winning is a new and fresh. Well, the thing is yeah, I would like to see LA Knight win the Royal Rumble. That's a possibility. But does the WWE believe in the LA Knight? His booking has been very lackluster. The booking for LA Knight has been lackluster. And I yeah, you know something. I don't know if Triple H is going to pull the trigger on LA Knight winning the Royal Rumble. But I just want to see something else in the cook pot. I want to see something new in the cook pot. I don't want to see Cody Rhodes winning that Royal Rumble. I agree. It's been lackluster. Yeah, the booking has been lackluster, just like the Intercontinental Championship and Jade Cargill's title run so far. Lackluster. Very lackluster and very boring, to be honest with you. No pizzazz in this Royal Rumble whatsoever. There's no build. As I said in the beginning of the show, there's no build to this Royal Rumble. There's nothing. There's nothing for me to go back and say to you, oh, yeah, this is going to be a good show. Look what they got in the car. I can't say that. Especially how they messed up the finish at the Money in the Bank. Oh, yeah, that. Yeah, no build because of Saturday Night's Saturday Night's Main Event has no build either, Jeffrey. Both shows have no build whatsoever to this. They just put these matches and they're trying to hurry up and scramble because they know that after Monday Night Raw, the go home show, they have to fly to Saudi. So something has to pop off here. Something has to pop off here, and they need to put this card together expeditiously because I don't know who's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Nobody, so far, Jay Uso declared himself in the Rumble. All right. Cody Rhodes declared himself in the Royal Rumble. And again, like I said, please eliminate Cody first. I want to see somebody eliminate Cody because I don't want to see Cody Rhodes win this match. I don't want to see him winning the Royal Rumble. He cannot win 3 years in a row. This is enough already. The WWE needs to go to a new playbook here and find somebody else in that Royal Rumble men's match that would be worthy of going to WrestleMania. And if Cody Rhodes gets eliminated at the Royal Rumble, please don't put him in the Elimination Chamber and make him the number one contender. Don't do that. Don't do that. If you're going to put Cody Rhodes in the chamber, then have him lose in the chamber again. But don't make him taste that main event again. We don't need to see Cody Rhodes in the main event of WrestleMania. It's not necessary. Women are just saying that they are in the yeah, and then that's another thing too. The women's Royal Rumble is very lackluster too. They need to do on yeah, SmackDown, yeah. Agree, Earl. I'm tired of Cody Rhodes. Yeah, I'm tired of it. It's not necessary. Cody Rhodes does not need to win the Royal Rumble. He doesn't need to win the Royal Rumble. It's just not necessary. And that's all I'm saying here, folks. He does not need to win the Royal Rumble. And we need something new, something fresh in the cook pot. Okay, folks. Well, that's going to do it for me. That's going to do it for me, folks, in the wrestling experience. I want to thank you all in the chat for watching tonight's telecast. I want to thank you all for popping in and saying hello. Turn him heel at least. Well, if he's popular with the kids, if he's popular with the kids, Jeffrey, they can't really turn him heel. We would like to see heel turn, but no, it just won't work. It's just like when they try to do it with Cena. That heel turn was terrible. The John Cena heel turn was absolutely terrible. It was not a good look for the WWE. They did it wrong. They botched it. And oh, before I go, Jeffrey in the chat, what is your thoughts? I want to get your thoughts on this before I say goodnight. What are your thoughts on AJ Styles versus Gunther retirement match? Now, I said that this is going to be a mistake. This is going to be a mistake, a monumental mistake. But I want to know, what is your thoughts on AJ taking on Gunther in the retirement match? Again, like I said before, this is a mistake. Because as you all know, as I said before, ladies and gentlemen, WWE has dropped the ball when it came to retirement. Look what they did to Goldberg. Look what they did to Cena. And now look what they're going to do to AJ. I don't want to see AJ Styles lose to Gunther here. But well, that's just my opinion. My thought is he's gonna win the rematch and have his last match at WrestleMania. Well, yeah, I would like to see that, Jeffrey. I would like to see that. I thought it was gonna be in February. No, no. This match is gonna take place at the Royal Rumble. Gunther is going to take on AJ Styles, and I want to see AJ win this match. I'll be thoroughly disappointed if that does not take place. I don't. Again, I don't want to see it. Again, I don't want to see AJ lose this match. He shouldn't lose before WrestleMania. Exactly. We'll see what the WWE does. All right, folks. All right, folks. This is going to do it for me. That is the end of the wrestling experience. I want to thank you all for watching tonight's telecast. It's been a pleasure serving you. Like I said, if you miss any of this show, you could always go back, rewind, relive, and replay. But make sure you hit the like button, you subscribe, and you share. It's greatly appreciated. He shouldn't have long. He shouldn't have his last match in TNA. To be honest, yeah, I agree with that, Jeffrey. I agree. All right, folks. My name is Earl Cole. Thank you for watching the Wrestling Experience. Have a good night, everyone. And I will be back live next Saturday for the 2026 Royal Rumble. It's going to be a night of first. It's going to be a night of history. And it's going to be great. Yeah, later, Jeffrey. Thank you all for watching tonight's telecast. My name is Earl Cole. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday. Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe. We have a big snowstorm coming here in the Northeast. We're not sure how much snow we're going to get, but we're getting some big time snow here in the Northeast. Until then, everyone, good night, everyone, and I'll see you next Saturday for the Royal Rumble.